Hey, what's up guys, my name is Anshul and today in this video let us take a look at this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL because this is one device that I have been daily driving alongside of this iPhone 16 Pro Max from quite some time now, and I have got some thoughts about this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, and especially there have been some change of mind that I have about this device after using it alongside of this iPhone 16 Pro Max, because my initial impressions they were that just do not buy this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL because of the hefty price, and it is not as much of a fast device as what you would expect from a flagship from this year. But after using this thing alongside of this iPhone 16 Pro Max, I think so that this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL is actually a real winner and a device that is way better than what you would get in the terms of experience on this iPhone 16 Pro Max. And there are basically two reasons about this very same thing, and that is exactly that what I will talk about in this video rather than talking about the specifications or what are the differences and so much so let us start with the number one thing that I feel like is a big no-no for this iPhone 16 Pro Max, and the thing that really makes this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL a better one. The first thing is that the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL is not as buggy and it is a more stable device, and I have not seen any kind of bugs on this device in comparison to when I use this iPhone 16 Pro Max, because this is one device that is just irritating sometimes because a lot of times you get a lot of network drops on this iPhone 16 Pro Max, or maybe the screen goes blank, or maybe it will just crash on you. There would be a lot of random reboots on the device that is not amazing, and also lately I have been seeing a glitch on my device where a part of my screen it does go blank, maybe the lower portion of the device or maybe sometimes the upper portion of the device, just like that the screen is getting out of working for some part of the screen. I do not know if I can explain this properly, but you got the point. It is just like a glitch effect that we used to see on the older TVs, and that is exactly what I'm getting on my iPhone 16 Pro Max, and this is not something that I'm able to reproduce on the go, so I would not be able to show this very thing to you on this video, but you got the point that what I want to talk about in this video. And these are not the bugs that I see on this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, and the frame rates on this device is always constant when I'm using the screen, versus this iPhone 16 Pro Max that does drop the screen refresh rate to about 60 Hz or maybe sometimes less than that. And I'm talking about this device after a few upgrades, and still even after this fact that I am on the latest software on the iPhones and it has been like 2 months or more that I have been using this device, the issues are still there on this iPhone. And I think so that this is just because of the new AI features on these iPhones, and it would take a lot of time for Apple to be able to fix the things and make the software as good as what we have on this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. Google has been developing all these AI features from so long now that there are not a lot of bugs on these devices anymore, and this does really feel like a more polished device, even though that I do not like the fact that this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL it has got three different versions of the AI that is on the device, and that is the Gemini AI, the Gemini Advanced, and also we have got the Google Assistant as well. And that is particularly not a very polished experience, but it is far better than what you have on this iPhone 16 Pro Max, because it does not crash and it does give you a lot of AI features at the very same time, and a lot of them are really the useful one. But the only complaint for me really is that this device might sometimes feel like a bit more slower one in comparison to this iPhone 16 Pro Max, but for most of the people it would just not matter, and I would still say that the experience is much more smoother on this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL versus what we have on this iPhone for this year. And now the second thing that I feel so like is better on this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL is the cameras on this device, and this is particularly one thing that used to be one of the best part about the iPhones, but this is no longer the case, because whenever I'm trying to take a photograph from the iPhone, maybe it is a bit too saturated in the terms of the output that I get out of this smartphone, or maybe it is not too saturated at all, or maybe I can just fix everything on the iPhones by using this new D-pad option, or maybe this camera control button, changing the EV settings, or maybe changing the settings of the tones, the colors. And that is particularly not the experience that I would just want out of an iPhone, because I feel so like that the newer iPhones are just a bit more complicated to use in the terms of the camera settings. Maybe I change something on this new D-pad option in the presets on this iPhone 16 Pro Max, and the next time that when I want to take a photograph, maybe it is on the same preset and I need to change it again, or maybe if I just want it to be reset every time, it is again not the ideal experience, because now every time again I have to change the settings for each and every photograph that I take, or even I can change the photographs after the photograph is taken in the settings as well again. But this is again not something that I would just want to do for each and every photograph that is there in my gallery, and it just makes the entire experience a bit more confusing and a bit more unpolished. But whenever I'm taking a photograph with this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, I feel like that I just do not need to change a lot of settings on my Google Pixel 9 Pro. And also at the same time, the photographs that does come out of the smartphone are a bit more natural, are a bit more the way that I would just want it to be. The shadows are retained much more better, and I just do not see a lot of grains in my photographs when I'm shooting in the low lighting situations on this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. But I can just not say the very same thing on this iPhone 16 Pro Max. And in fact, a lot of times when I was taking a few photographs in a few challenging conditions, every time this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL was the one that was giving me a better output, and that was a surprise to me, because I would expect the iPhones to perform better, because iPhones are generally known for better photography taking experience. But that is just not the case with this latest iPhone that we have got in the studio, and that was something that I wanted to bring as well. Now another thing is that this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, it does have an option for 8K video boost, and that is something that is not possible with this iPhone 16 Pro Max. So yes, I feel so like that even with a weaker processor on this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, it has got a bit more of future proofing. And also sometimes when you're taking a videograph that is not in the best lighting condition, and if there is a grain in the video, you can just upscale the video and fix the graininess when you use this video boost feature. And again, this is one thing that is not available on the iPhone. So yes, I would just give it to this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL for being a better camera overall in comparison to this iPhone 16 Pro Max, and that just makes me pick up this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL every time instead of this iPhone 16 Pro Max. And also you can use some of the other amazing features on this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, just like using the At Me feature to be able to take a photograph of yourself or maybe a group and then stitching yourself into the same image, because it just allows you to do on this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, and that is not the same case on this iPhone. And that makes me feel like that this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL is actually a more polished device with a lot of features, including a lot of useful AI features as well. That is something that I just do not want to discuss in this video, but you got the point. These are the two major things that makes me feel like that this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL is actually a better device than this iPhone 16 Pro Max. And that was not the opinion that what I had about this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL in the starting, but after using both of these devices and seeing a lot of bugs on this iPhone, and the way that the camera works on this iPhone 16 Pro Max is not maybe something that I would like it to be. I would just want the experience to be a bit more simple for everyone, for myself. And this is the real point, that you just want to make these smartphones make your life simpler rather than making these smartphones a bit more uncomfortable. And yes, one more thing that I just forgot to mention is that the position of this camera button on this iPhone 16 Pro Max is a very bad one, and most of the times whenever you're trying to use this thing with any sort of tripod, it would just be not the best place, because the camera button would stick somewhere, or maybe even the volume button would stick on the other side of the tripod, and this is not what you would want to have. Maybe I think so Apple might have think the similar way as well, but they might again would have thought that you can just use the smartphone with something like the DJI gimbal that has got the magnetic attachments, or maybe the InstaFlow 360 that has also got the magnetic attachments as well. But that is far from ideal for a normal person who may not have more money to spend on all the other things to be able to be attached with this iPhone, and that just makes the experience worse on this iPhone versus this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. Because yes, even though that there is no extra camera button on this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, you can easily use this thing with the help of the Google Assistants, and to be able to start a video recording and stop a video recording and anything that you just want to do on this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. I think so that this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL is just a very amazing device, and the one that I would just suggest you to buy instead of picking up the iPhone 16 Pro Max. That is again not a bad device, but I think so that Apple just needs a lot of software improvements on this device to be able to make it a better one. And well, now with that said, I think so that this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL is really a great device, and something that changed my mind about this device is really the cameras and also the software on this device that is a more stable one in comparison to this iPhone 16 Pro Max. And that was exactly that what I wanted to share in this video. I think so that might have made your mind about if you want to pick this Google Pixel 9 Pro XL or you want to pick up this iPhone 16 Pro Max. And well, I think so that this should be enough to make a buying decision. That was all about this video. My name is Anshul. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.